The first part of Sprout 3 and Sapling CTPs look a lot like Sprout 1 and 2 CTPs. We introduced the topic using this one sentence summary right here. Move on to the next page. And then we go over the thinking tools. The thinking tools here will be more complex than before, but the methodology of teaching it is still the same. You explain it using the examples given, and on this page, you have the students practice this thinking tool, and then after they're finished, have them share to get better ideas. Now, the second part of week 1 is where the difference begins. If you remember, in Sprout 1 and 2, we studied media artwork types and we wrote our scripts here. From Sprout 3 and then on to Sapling 1 and 2, we forgo the script writing and we work on another brainstorming project. The type of projects will be different for each unit, but the idea here is that students will complete a brainstorming project that they'll use to create a final outcome on the following week. So here you first read and break down the instructions. So let's have a look. Your English teacher from a foreign country has come to your neighborhood. Think about the things that you want to show your teacher and what will happen in your story. So the students will have all of this on their CTP book. So what you need to do is give them some instruction. So you can start by saying something like, alright class, let's brainstorm this together, and then after I'll give you some time to complete this on your CTP book. Let's look at the middle here first. So who is in this story? Can anybody tell me? Excellent. So your English teachers in this story, you and your English teacher. Okay? Where does this story take place? And they might say something like, your neighborhood. Very good job. And then afterwards, I also want you to think about, when does this story take place? So did it happen yesterday? Last week? 2 weeks ago? Remember, when we're talking about when, we're talking about time. So when does this story take place? Now, I want you to think about this. You want to show your teacher something from your neighborhood, somewhere. So do you want to show her a boring place? Of course not. We want to show her something special, interesting, something that you don't see every day. So that's what we call unique. Okay? Unique means special, interesting, something that you don't see every day. All right? So can anybody tell me, is there a unique place in your neighborhood? Okay. And then maybe you want to cold call somebody. All right, Jamie. So tell me one unique place in your neighborhood. Let's brainstorm together. And Jamie might tell me, oh, there is a flea market in my neighborhood. Very good, Jamie. All right. And then maybe somebody else. And Julie tells me that there is a Galbi restaurant in her neighborhood. They have a special recipe. It's very delicious and something like that. So brainstorm some possible answers as a class. And then you go back and you can explain the rest. So you can explain to them that, alright, so when you took your teacher to this one unique place, so let's say we went to Jamie's flea market. What happened at Jamie's flea market? What happened to the teacher? What happened to Jamie? And another thing, when they went to this unique place, what happened? So Julie, what happened when you took your teacher to the Galbi restaurant? Okay. And finally, we want to write down our teacher's reaction and the ending. Teacher's reaction. So what did she think? What did she do? What did she say? And what happened at the very end? So when you're finished explaining and breaking down the flow of this story and gave them plenty of instructions, You can also click on this button here, leave this question, just as a reminder, leave this on their screen, and perhaps give them some time to work on it. The students will use their CTP books, and they will work on it individually. And when they are finished, they'll be ready for next week's CTP lesson.